What connects a first-century sculptor, a Georgian brother and sister, and 3 people in a living room in 1976? The not-so-obvious answer is that they all resided in Bath and were fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. Let's start under the same night sky as that first-century sculptor working on the pediment of the Temple Sulis Minerva. It is believed the star at the apex of the Sol Gorgon pediment, on display in the Roman baths, represents Sidus Lullium, or Caesar's comet. This 7-day spectacle in July 44 BC, that allegedly appeared after Caesar's assassination, was actively promoted by his son Octavian as evidence of his father's divinity. There is some debate about whether Sidus Lullium was a real astronomical event. However, there is no doubt this possible comet had a profound impact on Roman politics and history. Whatever actually happened in the 44 BC sky, Octavian went from the son of a murdered politician to Divi Filius, son of the divine, in 1 week. During the Georgian era, the belief about comets transitioned from superstitious and occasionally opportune celestial messages to a more scientific understanding about the cosmos. Here we are, gazing around the sky on the 13th of March 1781, just as some Georgians might have been, including 2 people in their back garden in Bath. The return of Halley's Comet in late 1758 brought about an intense period of study that sat alongside the general public's wonder and sometimes anxiety around these sightings. Sir William Herschel is credited with igniting the Georgian comet craze. William moved to Bath when he was appointed organist in a fashionable chapel in 1766. His sister Caroline joined him from Germany. The siblings shared a talent for mathematics, and with William's gift for constructing telescopes, a discovery was made from their back garden in 1781. William identified a new planet that we now call Uranus. Between Halley's Comet and the work of the Herschels, there followed what became known as Georgian comet mania. Everything from anti-comet pills to ornate comet motif jewellery became sought-after items. Comet-themed parties were popular, and one can imagine the various pleasure gardens of Bath filled with excited amateur astronomers looking to the heavens for entertainment. Here we are, 50 years ago, on the 24th of March 1976. We might have been strolling through Bath in our platform shoes, having just enjoyed a prawn cocktail. This was a time where human endeavour and technology optimistically joined forces for the betterment of humankind.
We live in an age of unprecedented technological achievements, scientific adventures whose full benefits to mankind cannot as yet be fully foreseen. Yet man's greatest adventure may be more than a monumental landing on the moon. It may well be the ever-increasing acquisition of techniques and knowledge, technology that can make the quality of life for all mankind richer and more bountiful.
Also working on the betterment of humankind in Bath were the 3 people in a living room who we mentioned at the beginning. Bob Newman, his daughter Priscilla, and a family friend were discussing astronomy and decided to start an astronomical society. The first meeting of the Bath Astronomical Society took place in the Percy's Boys' Club on the street where the Herschels had lived 100 years earlier. Thanks to those 3 people in a living room, and the people who attended that inaugural meeting, we are now celebrating 50 years of stargazing, outreach programmes and community events. Not to mention the celebration of friendship, inspiration, and the shared experience of observing and studying the magnificence of our universe. Please enjoy our members' photographs capturing that magnificence, and thank you for celebrating 50 years of the Bath Astronomers with us. The Perseids have been observed for centuries, with records dating back to 36 AD by Chinese astronomers. Comet Neowise visited Earth in 2020 and has a long orbital period of around 6,800 years. If you look carefully, you can see both the dust tail and a fainter iron tail. In this image taken in 2024, you can see the corona or atmosphere of the Sun. The lunar crater Copernicus at sunrise. It is 93 kilometres across. By comparison, if Bath were on one wall, on the opposite side would be Poole in Dorset. Mars, the second smallest planet, has the largest volcano on its surface. It also has 2 moons that resemble potatoes. Jupiter is so massive you could fit all the other planets inside of it. Twice. If you could find a bathtub large enough, Saturn would float in the water. The Heart Nebula was discovered by William Herschel in 1787. It is part of a larger star-forming complex known as the Heart and Soul Nebula. The Ring Nebula is about 2,000 light-years away in the constellation of Lyre. The Orion Nebula is visible to the naked eye, appearing as a fuzzy patch under Orion's belt. The Horsehead Nebula is found in the constellation of Orion. It was first photographed by Wilhelmina Fleming in 1888. The Wizard Nebula was discovered by Caroline Herschel. The Crescent Nebula was discovered by William Herschel in 1792. The Jellyfish Nebula is a supernova remnant about 5,000 light-years away in the constellation of Gemini. The Cygnus Wall was discovered by William Herschel. The Triangulum Galaxy is located about 3 million light-years away. It is the third largest galaxy in our local group, after Andromeda and the Milky Way. The Whirlpool Galaxy was discovered by Charles Messier in 1773 and was the first galaxy to be specified as a spiral galaxy. The Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light-years away. It is one of the few galaxies visible to the naked eye, appearing as a milky blur on clear nights.